Are your hips feeling achy and tired after that long run or speed workout? I'm Dr. Chloe Costigan, and as a lifelong runner, I can tell you that I have tried so many things post-run. So I'm talking about after a track workout, a speed workout, or after a long run. You know, I love doing the foam rolling and the stretching. That's what kind of feels really good in my body. But what I've also found more recently is that I really need to do some activation and strength work to make sure that my body is moving how it's supposed to prepare me for the next run. So let me show you what I have developed as my favorite go-to circuit post long run, post track workout, and I want to share it with you today. These 3 exercises help to reset your hips. They get those glutes to fire, recover faster, and prepare for your next run. What happens is that your body gets a little thrown off, right? Because you're kind of pushing the limits of what it can do. So what we need to do is tell your body again, hey, here's how it's supposed to move. So when you've done a speed workout, when you've done a long run, you start to kind of move away from the optimal way of moving because you're getting tired, right? This is so helpful to do to make sure that your legs are moving the way that they're supposed to in order to get you ready for your next run, and you're going to recover better. I use this circuit to help with the long-standing fight that I have with my left glute. I've had left glute tendonitis and high hamstring tendinopathy, and this is something that after I do a speed workout or a long run, it starts to get a little irritated. So this circuit I always do on the day of my speed workout or long run, and it's super helpful for making sure that all parts of my lower body are doing what they're supposed to. Do these 3 exercises for 3 sets of 10. If it's a single leg exercise, make sure you do 10 on each side, and also take note of how they're moving differently. This is going to really help you. I'll give you a little bit of some tips in terms of getting the most out of the exercises, but ultimately it's really helpful for you to be thinking about what it is that you feel as a difference in your body, because then that's going to help you to improve your symmetry, which is going to help you to improve your efficiency, which is going to help you with your performance and also to reduce the risk of injury. So we're going to start with kickstand RDLs, okay? So an RDL looks like this. So my knees are slightly bent, I'm pushing my hips back. Now that kickstand is now where I just bring that right foot back, and now I'm hinging just over that right leg and I'm coming forward. I'm going to do 1 set of 10 on each side. Now the thing that I'm really focusing on is making sure that I'm pushing that hip back. So I'm not just bending my knee, I'm really thinking about my knees slightly bent, but then I'm just pushing my hip back while I keep my back flat, and then I'm coming back up. Now, my left side is my problem side. So I really have to focus on making sure that I'm pushing this hip back, because it tends to want to come forward like this and out to the side. So if you're tight, if you have some type of issue, you might kind of start moving like this. You really need to make sure that both sides of your pelvis are pointing forward as you do that. And you have more of that weight over this side. This is also a really great time to integrate the foot position with your hip as well. So like if you tend to really pronate, you need to make sure that you're keeping that slightly lifted. That's what's going to be really helpful for improving some of those hip hinge mechanics, which are going to be imperative for running. The next exercise is we are going to do goblet squats or dumbbell front squats. So the dumbbells are going to be like this, resting on my shoulders, or alternatively, you can hold 1 dumbbell like this in a goblet position. But what you're going to do is you're going to squat down and come back up. You're going to try to keep your chest as upright as you can. I find that squatting is so helpful for teaching this femur head how to be able to go back, right? That's what's so imperative. When you're running, you need to be able to do this motion. So your femur head has to be able to move forward and back. So by squatting, you're teaching it how to move back, and then you're coming forward. That's also going to help you to activate those glutes in a symmetrical fashion. The other option is that you can hold the dumbbells like this on your shoulders, and then you can do the same thing. This is going to be a little bit harder because now you need to use a little bit more of your back muscles to keep yourself upright and to hold the dumbbells up. You're going to do a set of 10 of those. Single leg chair squats are so helpful for working on your single leg stability. These are used by runners all the time, but it's really important that you first do the kickstand RDLs and then the goblet squats in order to get the most out of these single leg squats. Now, the thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna have this leg slightly in front of you. You're gonna push your hip back just like how you did for that RDL. You're gonna lower yourself down nice and easy, and then you're gonna come back up. Now, you need to choose the height that allows you to be able to not just use so much momentum, and you can also get back up. If this is too challenging to start, then what you want to do is then just do that kickstand. So you're just going to put your heel on the ground. So that way then you can lower yourself down and come back up. Things to focus on for this is your knee position. Your knee will, if you need to work on this, a lot of times this knee caves in. You want to make sure that as you're lowering down, that knee is staying to the outside of the big toe as you go down and come back up. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. You just have to be mindful of the fact that that's how it's supposed to be moving. You're gonna do a set of 10 on each side. So you're gonna do a total of 3 rounds of those 3 exercises. You're gonna start with kickstand RDLs, 10 on each side. Then you're going to do goblet squats or dumbbell front squats. And then you're gonna do single leg chair squats. Repeat that for a total of 3 rounds. This is going to help to bring you back to baseline. You fatigued those muscles, so now we need to tell them, hey, here's how you need to work for the next time. So this is going to help to improve some flexibility. It's going to help with that glute activation, and it's going to be helpful for that motor pattern that you'll need when you run. This circuit takes me under 15 minutes to do. But it's so helpful neurologically to teach your body what it needs to do. I find that from the first set to the last set that I'm better able to move. So that's why I want you to be thinking about how it is that you're moving, and you'll find that you're going to be moving better by that 3rd set. It's also going to help you get ready for that next run. This is something that I do also when I have a flare-up of some glute tendonitis, some high hamstring tendinopathy, because those are a reflection of the fact that my hip isn't hinging how it's supposed to, and I'm not firing the right muscles. So this is a really useful place to make sure that you're doing those movements correctly, because likely if you have some type of issue with your high hamstring or your glute, these are going to be difficult in some way. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to provide any assistance that I can. You probably know someone who would benefit from doing this circuit after a long run or a speed workout, so make sure to share it.